Hello 8th grade students. This is BYJU'S 6th, 7th and 8th channel and I am Saurabh. Welcome to the series we call as Rapid Revision, the last lap. Last lap. Yes. And today we are covering the chapter called as Light. 30 minutes के अंदर ये simple अच्छा सा chapter will finish end to end. That's a promise. Now, before we begin, let me tell you by the end of the session what will you get? क्या मिलेगा तुमको है ना? It's a very valid question. First thing, we'll revise this whole thing. That's for sure. Second, I'll give you a one-stop solution for all your problems regarding your grade 8th, any chapter you name. One-stop solution, which means notes, quizzes, important one-shots. I'll tell you by the end. And third, what if you can get personalized notes? Right? What if you can get personalized notes? All of this information I'll give you during this session. So listen very carefully and if possible, try to create your own running notes so that you learn better, right? Otherwise, I'll give you notes, that's for sure. Okay, so let's begin. Chapter under 30 minutes. The chapter is Lights. This chapter, बहुत लोगों को लगता है बहुत मुश्किल chapter है, लेकिन ऐसा है नहीं. This chapter is the foundation for grade 10th human eye chapter. This grade 8th chapter is a basics, is the foundation for grade 10th human eye wala chapter. So let's start. Everything is very basic, very nice, something which we all would love to study because it's all very practical. What you see, it's about human eyes, right? Alright, so let's begin. This chapter starts from a little flashback of grade 7th. ये chapter चालू होता है थोड़ा grade 7th के flashback से, है ना? So let's start from here. Laws of reflection. In grade 7th, you learned about reflection. Yes, you have been learning it since grade 6th. But in grade 7th, you studied the laws of reflection. So let's just revise it again. Laws of reflection, there were two laws of reflection. Wherever reflection happens, we will have these laws which will be followed. First law says the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. See, angle of incidence is measured from the incident ray to the normal. Normal is a 90-degree line to the surface, the point of incidence, है ना? So इस line और एक incident ray के बीच में जो angle होगा, that is called as the angle of incidence. ठीक है? Now this light ray which is falling on a reflected surface will bounce back. This light ray which is bouncing back is called as the reflected ray. So this ray and the normal will have an angle between them. So this angle is called as angle of reflection. The law says angle of incidence will be equal to angle of reflection. है ना? ये दोनों angle same होंगे. That is the law. First one. ठीक है. Second says the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal, they will lie in the same plane. Come on, we learned this. Incident ray, reflected ray and the normal, they will lie in the same plane. It's not possible that incident ray falls like this and then reflected ray goes like this. That's not possible, right? ठीक है? अगर surface ऐसा है, इसका normal will be here. So all the three rays will be in the same plane. This is the second statement of this law of reflection. Alright, take it. So this is easy. This is grade 7th. Then came two types of reflections. I mean, you are able to see me because I am reflecting the light. If you talk about the mirror in which you see yourself every day, है ना, while getting ready for school, वो mirror क्या है? वो भी reflection करता है. But यार, I am not shining nicely. You can't see your image in me. Why? क्या कुछ problem है reflection में? Yes. The problem is there are two types of reflection. One is regular reflection and one is diffused reflection. Diffused reflection. In regular reflection, you have incident rays and reflected rays both parallel to each other. एक smooth surface से जब reflection होगा, that is called as the regular reflection. Examples are polished wooden table, mirror is a very good example, right? Smooth surface reflections are called as regular reflections where incident ray and reflected ray both incident rays are parallel and reflected rays are also parallel to each other. Okay. But what is irregular or diffuse reflection? See, in this, the surface on which the light is hitting, that surface is not smooth. Means incident rays are parallel to each other. You can see incident rays are parallel to each other, but the reflected rays are just going here and there. They are not parallel to each other, correct? So, this is from a rough surface. Here, you will not be able to see a nice image. I mean, smooth, nahi hai na? Right? That's why. So, that's the difference between reflection done by me and the mirror. Examples, chalk powder, cardboard surface. I mean, normal surfaces around you, which you are able to see, who are not a source of light, they're all doing diffuse reflection only. Sach baat hai? ठीक है? Chalo. One more thing we understood in grade 7th was reflection through plane mirrors and the characteristics of images, right? The properties of image formed by a plane mirror. ध्यान से देखो, object size is equal to image size. That is 1. ठीक? जितना दूर object होगा, the distance of object from the mirror is equal to distance of image from the mirror. Second, the distance of object. Sorry, first one is object size, means the height of the object is equal to height of the image. Second is the distance of object is equal to distance of the image inside the mirror. जितना दूर object है, उतना ही दूर image है mirror से, right? Height तो same ही होता है. I mean, if you see yourself in the mirror, your size remains the same. No? You don't look small or big, correct? Next, image is inside the mirror, which means it is virtual. You can't get this image on screen. So this is virtual image. It is also an erect image. Why? If you are standing like this, your image is also like this. Na? It's not like your image is ulta. No, right? So image is erect. Seedha hai image, correct? It is of same size. We all understood that. So virtual hai, erect hai, or laterally inverted hai. What is the meaning of lateral inversion? We always tell you, it's a way of saying right becomes left and left becomes right. If this is the arrow, this is in the right, so it becomes here at the left. So this is a way of saying lateral inversion. Fine, the image is laterally inverted. Clear? Okay. इसके बाद आती है कहानी grade 8th की. Till here it was just a flashback. Now comes grade 8th. And the thing is that reflection is not just possible only once. If you have multiple reflective surfaces, more than one reflection is also possible, like multiple reflections. The number of images formed by two plane mirrors, the number of images formed by two plane mirrors depends on the angle between the mirrors. दो mirror लोगे अगर, if you take two mirrors, and this is an activity, I have done a session on this. I have done a proper experiential session on this, which I hope you guys have seen, right? So in that session, I told you that if you place mirrors at an angle, you will get multiple images. The formula, everything I told you over there, 360 by theta minus 1. It depends on if it's even or odd. That's a different thing. But multiple reflections are possible. In your grade, there is not much asked about. There are no numericals on this, by the way. In NCERT, there is no numericals on this. Very simple phenomena. What is multiple reflection? When reflection happens more than once. But what is in your syllabus? The question which is very common in your exam is give devices which work on the principle of multiple reflections. कौन से device में multiple reflection आपको देखने मिलेगा? जैसे कि submarine. In a submarine, there is a device called as a periscope. This is in your syllabus. Diagram you should know. Periscope क्या होता है? Periscope has two mirrors. So this is the object you want to see, but you are not in a direct line of sight. But you are here and the object is somewhere over here, है ना? तुमको ये देखना है बिना ऐसे किए, right? So what will you do? You will use a periscope. Light from this object is falling on the mirror, getting reflected, falling on another mirror, getting reflected, and that's how you are able to see the object. Nice, correct? Okay. Next, kaleidoscope. I mean, you might have made this in your school project. Kaleidoscope, है ना? We have three mirrors which are put at 60 degrees to each other. They form an equilateral triangle sort of a thing, है ना? तो इसमें आपको मिलता है multiple reflection की वजह से you get nice patterns. It's a nice thing. In my session, I showed you how to build a telescope also, right? So please, if you don't know, go back and watch that session. All right. Parts of the eye. Very important. This is very important from your exam point of view. Diagram, should we do it? Yes, you should do it. This diagram, it's a very fancy diagram. If you check out the NCERT diagram, that's a very basic diagram and you should be practicing that diagram. है ना? Parts of the eye की बात करें अगर हम, the first layer of the eye is the cornea. Two functions. First, you can say it protects the eye, है ना? Protection. Second, maximum bending of light happens at cornea. Then after cornea, what do we have? Aqueous humor. Aqueous humor, just a fluid filled. Next, we have a hole in the eye. There is a hole in your eye. This hole is called as pupil. This is the hole from which light enters your eye, है ना? ठीक है? Now this pupil size is not fixed. There is a set of muscles which give the color of your eye. If you look at your eyes, you will see some eyes are brown color, black color, blue color, right? So that brown, black, blue, that is the iris, the set of muscles which are responsible for changing the size of the pupil. Fine. So that becomes the iris. Okay. Now, pupil we have done, iris we have done. After iris, we have the lens, the eye lens. Nice, it's a crystalline lens which is flexible. It can be made thick, it can be made thin also, correct? And who is responsible for changing the size of this lens? The ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles are the set of muscles which are able to change the size of the lens, or you can say change the focal length of the lens, so that you can see far and distant, near objects, far objects, depending on where they are. Fine, okay? Next, after eye lens, we have kind of a hollow space, but this space is not entirely hollow. There is a fluid filled in this space. This fluid is called as vitreous humor. All right. Finally, the back surface of your eye, you want a screen, right? Wherever the image is formed, there should be a screen. Otherwise, how would you know? So this screen is called as retina. Now, this screen is special. It's not like a plain paper. This screen has photosensitive cells, the cells which will give electrical signals if image is formed on them. So we have two types of cells. We have rod cells and cone cells. Cone cells are the, you can say, color loving cells. They are responsible for seeing bright lights and colors. Rod cells, they are responsible for seeing in dim light. If you close the light of your room, for a moment you will feel like everything is very, very dark. But after some time you will get to see at least patterns. Oh, the table is there. Okay, that's something. So this is what rod cells get activated. All right. So then we have optic nerve. See, retina has all these photosensitive cells. Each of these cell is getting a wire. In a way, I'm just giving you a very lame explanation, but just to make you understand. Each of these cells, हर एक cell क्या कर रहा है? एक wire निकाल रहा है. There's a wire coming out because your eye needs to contact with the brain now, right? So there is a connection, the wired connection, right? There's not Bluetooth connection, it's only wired connection, fine. So this connection, this wire is going towards the brain. All these cells, they are forming so many wires. Now, all of these wires, they are kind of forming a bundle. This bundle of nerves, which is a connection between the eye and the brain, is called as the optic nerve, right? So this is the nerve which is responsible for sending or carrying signals from eye to the brain or from brain to the eye, fine. Okay? This is the communication channel basically. Now, where this optic nerve and the retina meets, this point is called as blind spot. There is an experiment in your book itself, right? Blind spot. Why? Because this point does not have any photosensitive cells. So in between your eye, there is a point where you will not be able to see anything. All right? So this is called as the blind spot. So I hope all these parts of eye are clear to you, because you have to practice them. Hai na? Functionally, you should know all of them because it is covered in good amount of detail in your NCERT and good questions come from them. Fine. All right. Next. Human eye versus camera. I mean, in a way, just to give you one more analogy, you can say both have lenses. The pupil of your eye is like aperture of the camera. In camera, there is again a hole from where light enters. That is called aperture. Iris is like the shutter of the camera. Whenever you click the camera, kachak, a sound comes. No, that kachak sound is what? Shutter. So that shutter is like iris. Then we have film in the camera where image is formed. Like that, you have retina in your eye where image is formed. All right. Now, the next topic is persistence of vision. Now, this is a very, very nice topic. And based on this particular concept, we have flip books. Your brain knows that all of these are different pages, right? Your brain has an idea that all of these pages were different. But when you flip them quickly, you get to see it's like a continuous motion is happening. It's like a video, right? So that's how a video is. Video is so many pictures attached next to each other and which are running very fast. Fine. So your eye is unable to capture a clear image of a fast moving object. When the object is moving very fast in front of your eyes, your eye will not be able to capture a clear image, which means if you show an object to the eye and you remove this object for 1/16th of a second, 1/16th of a second, the image of this object will be there on the eye. So in a way, you can say that, okay, if in 1/16th of a second, this object removes and goes back, you won't even realize it went away. That's the flash kind of a thing, no? So if this object goes away and comes back within 1/16th of a second, your eye won't be able to realize that something happened. Your eye will be like, everything is good. So this is called as persistence of vision. So if the image changes, before 1/16th of a second, you feel like it is in continuous motion. All right, fine. So this is persistence of second. This value is important, guys, because this value is given to you in the book. Okay. Next, how to take care of the eyes. This is an important topic from which many questions I have seen in your school examinations. Fine. Care of the eyes. Think about it. Do's and don'ts. What to do? क्या करना चाहिए? I mean, the things which your parents ask you to do, most of them are true. Eat food that is good for your eyes, vitamin A, right? Eat food that is good for your eyes. Always read from a minimum distance of 25 centimeters. Your parents always tell you, that don't read like this. Always read from minimum distance 25 centimeters, right? Wear safety glasses while working with chemicals. Do not read in dim lights. All of these, I mean, you should have proper lighting to study. So all of these are do's, correct? Don'ts. What you should not do. The worst thing you can do is look at the sun directly. That is the worst thing you can do. Look at a powerful source of light directly. No, never. That should not be done. It damages your eyes and quite a lot. Fine. And that's the reason we don't see eclipse directly, right? We don't want to see sun directly. Rub your eyes. We should not have a habit of rubbing our eyes. Some people have it, but we should not do it because this is not a good habit. It damages your eyes. Read in dim light. You should not read in dim light. You should have proper light to read, and that's the third thing you should not do. So, 3 points to do, 3 points to not do. All right. Next. So, I told you that I will solve the problem of your personalized notes. And that's why, my friends, people who don't know what a good teacher looks like. Let me tell you, this is a good, smart, motorized, computerized teacher. BYJU'S, the learning app. This app, if you don't know, go and check it out. I'm not saying you go and buy it right now. Just check it out once. Because, people, this app has everything you can ever need. Think about it. This is grade 8th. I'm scrolling through. I'm going into light. These are all the world-class concept videos. If you want feel in a concept, these videos will definitely help you out. Next, right now it's exam time, no? Tumko kya chahiye? You want summary? This is a summary cards. These are all the summaries for every board, by the way. This is not just CBSE, it is for any board. If you feel like I forget multiple reflection, bookmark kar do usko, hai na? Just bookmark it. So whatever things you feel like you forget, you bookmark them. It's a very nice way to revise while walking, while traveling, while going here and there. है ना? चलते चलते revise करने के लिए it's the best thing to have. So bookmark whatever you feel like. Then when you are done with the chapter, you want practice. So important questions with all the text solutions and video solutions. All these important questions are your exemplar NCERT questions. And whatever you bookmarked, you will get it in the bookmark bar. Questions and summaries, whatever you felt like, कि यार ये ना मेरे को दोबारा देखना चाहिए. You will put it in the bookmark and you will see it in the bookmark bar based on your account. So this is what a personalized notes will look like. हर बच्चे का अलग-अलग होगा ये. Nice way, no? This is what the future looks like. This is what technology will take you through. And this is what learning will become in future. So if you want to be a part of this learning, I'll tell you how to be. Don't worry. And most of them are free features, by the way. Go ahead, check it out. Fine. All right. I'll tell you how to get this. Next, power of accommodation. This term itself is not there in your grade 8 NCERT, but they have talked about it. Your eye is amazing. Your eye has an ability to see clearly a near object also and a far object also. Yes, that's a magical thing, you can say. Why? Because your lens can change the thickness of it. And your lens is flexible. Your ciliary muscles can make sure that it will change the size of the lens or thickness of the lens depending on what you want to see. This is the power of accommodation. Your eye is able to accommodate near objects also and far objects also. Fine. Okay. Now this is and actually there's just a little bit of extra information. To see a near object, you want a thick lens. To see a far object, you want a thin lens, right? Okay. In grade 10th, I'll talk about this again. And then I'll ask you, do you remember this or not? Fine. Next, defects in the eye. Again, terms are not very specifically given to you. I mean, myopia, hypermetropia, ये straight terms नहीं है. But cataract is there. Cataract है. तो पता होना चाहिए. We all should know. You have seen people who cannot read, or I mean, if you wear specs, you would know. तुमको पता होगा. कि दूर की जहाँ बहुत बच्चे होते हैं, I mean you will see many people, even me, without the specs I can't see very clearly the far off objects. जो चीज़ें दूर है ना मेरे को ढंग से दिखाई नहीं देती. Why? Because I am having an eye defect. This eye defect is called as myopia, where far objects you cannot see, but near object you can see. Short range objects you can see, and far range objects you cannot see, है ना? जब दूर का दिखता नहीं है और पास का दिखता है, that is called as myopia. Hypermetropia, उल्टा है, right? Where short objects, not clear. Far objects, clear, right? So you might have seen myopia में क्या होता है? मायोपी में क्या होता है? If you want to read something which is far, no, आप पास जाके ऐसे ऐसे करोगे. अच्छा, okay. If people who are suffering from hypermetropia, you know what they will do without the specs? They would start reading like this. Why? Because at normal distance they are not able to read, so they will have to take it far from them. So this is hypermetropia. ठीक है? Fine. Then we have cataract. This is a problem, or this is a defect in which your lens becomes cloudy. मतलब opaque थोड़ा सा, है ना? Your lens is supposed to be very crystalline, very transparent, but your lens becomes little cloudy. So it is going to scatter the light here and there. So that's the problem, yeah. You don't want a cloudy lens. Means your image will be blurred. You can say hazy. Fine. So what do you want? You want a clear lens. How will you get it? You will have to go for surgery. So cataract has only one option, to go for the surgery. I mean, for ऊपर वाला, for these you can still have specs, है ना? Spectacles, चश्मे. Dispersion of light एक और topic है. By dispersion of light, very simply you can say splitting of white light into constituent colors is called as the dispersion. White light कौन सी? Sunlight. Sunlight is actually white light. Yellow नहीं होता है, sun white होता है, ठीक है? Sunlight is white light. If you make this sunlight to pass through a prism, you will see the 7 colors. ठीक है ना? So इसको बोलते हैं dispersion. Splitting of white light into 7 colors is called as dispersion. हमको कैसे पता? Tell me an activity which will prove that white light is a mixture of 7 colors. This Newton's disk is a good activity which you might have done it before. I have shown this to you in session also. मैंने तुम्हें दिखाया है यार session के बीच में ना. If you draw 7 colors on a Newton's disk and you make it rotate very, very, very quickly, you won't be able to realize that ये अलग-अलग colors थे. ऐसा लगेगा पूरी disk एक color की थी and it will थोड़ा whitish सा color देगा, है ना? So this is kind of an activity you can do to prove that 7 colors constitute the white light. Okay. Final topic पता है क्या है 8th में? It is about the Braille system. Braille system. People who are visually impaired, their other senses little heightened, है ना? Their other senses are slightly heightened. So, Louis Braille, he developed a system for reading, right? He developed a system in which visually impaired people, they can read things. So, the Braille system has a total of 63 dot patterns. And this is something which is very, very, very powerful, because now visually impaired people, they can read. That's amazing, no? So, what is this system called as? Braille system. How many dot patterns? 63 dot patterns. That's enough. Okay, ठीक है? With this we are done. एक homework question हो जाए. I'll give you a homework question. This is a question for you. I want to answer in the comment section. फटाफट question देखो. Arrange the following parts of the eye in the order of their interaction with light during the image formation process. Arrange them. Find answers in the comment section. All right. Now, as promised, something free first of all. सबसे पहले कुछ फ्री बताता हूं मैं तुमको. This is complete repository which is created by the team for you. Description में एक लिंक पड़ा हुआ है ना? It has list of all the chapters. It will take you to a web page. You open grade 8th. You see all the chapters. Alongside you will have all the notes, downloadable by the way, PDF, all yours. Then you have quizzes. Test है. वो टेस्ट आपको जब देना है दे सकते हो, है ना? There is a small test for all of you. Again, it's free. But ये एक टेस्ट है. What do you want? You want unlimited practice, है ना? You want unlimited practice. You want to have a power where you can take a photo of any question. It should give you a video solution and a text solution, है ना? तुमको इस तरह का टीचर चाहिए. You want a teacher where the teacher should not run behind you with a baton. पढ़ अभी पढ़ अब पढ़ना नहीं. You want someone wherever you get stuck, this guy should be able to help you, and this is what we call as BYJU'S the learning app, the most powerful app for any student. What is it and how to get it? Link in the description, बच्चों. There is a link in the description. If you click on that, you will get to see that we have a self-study pack which we have launched. ये एक नई चीज launch हुई है, self-study pack. This is for your self-study. So if you get stuck at anything, this app will definitely help you out. अलग-अलग variations हैं, June 2024 तक है, September 24 and May 2025. If you think about it, May 2025 तक it is within 1000. ये 1000 की कम valuation में पड़ रहा है. So if you think, I mean, इसकी cost 1000 से कम पड़ रही है per month. Think about it. If you have used it, you would know the power of it. लेकिन अगर तुमने आज तक यूज नहीं किया है, कुछ दिन यूज करके देखो, because this offer will not be for long. दूसरी चीज, if you take grade 8th till March, अगर आप मार्च तक grade 8th लेते हो, you will get free class 7 till May 24. आपको पुरानी वाली क्लास मई तक के लिए फ्री मिलेगी unlimited access के साथ. So all of this is for you because right now it is a discounted thing and this is the app which we all love and which people know. The BYJU'S, the learning app. ध्यान से देखो, experience करो and then you can make a decision. Alright, so with this, we are done. Hope you loved what we did. If you loved what we do, like this video right now and subscribe to the channel because we won't stop. We won't stop. We want to bring a change in education and that's what we will do it and you want to be a part of it. So subscribe. Abhi. Press the bell icon so that you don't miss any session and share it with your friends. The community should be larger. We have to build more community and we have to bring more good students. So welcome. Welcome all of them. People, keep learning. I have told you everything I had for this chapter. I'll see you again in the next chapter or next session. Till then, take care and bye-bye.